Hi everyone, David Jackson here, slingandstonemarketing.com, and in this video I'm going to cover bounce rate, what it is, and should you even be concerned with how high or low the number is for this metric. So basically the bounce rate is the measurement of the rate at which a person visits a page on your website and then leaves without taking any other form of action, such as clicking on a link to visit another page on your website, or triggering some type of an event, such as watching a video or listening to an audio file. Usually you will come across examples describing a bounce rate as you having a ball, which is the visitor, and then the ground would be a page on your website. And just as the ball bounces off of the ground, it would be a visitor landing on your page, staying for a short amount of time, and then leaving without taking any form of action. But that's not quite right. According to Google, the way that they calculate their bounce rate is when a person visits a page on your website, and then during that session, which can be 30 minutes, they have to either visit another page on your website or take some form of action that triggers an event that you have set up in your Google Analytics. So technically, a person can be on your page for up to 30 minutes and then leave, and that would be counted as a bounce. Some of the things that would cause you to have a high bounce rate would be if a visitor visits your page and there's nothing there for them to engage with. There are no calls to action, which I talk about in another video, but this would be things like having a newsletter sign up, or if it's a blog post, having related articles down at the bottom that they can click on and read other things. So you want to make sure that you entice the visitor to engage with your website further, because the more they engage, then the more they will know, like, and trust you, and the easier it would be for you to sell something to them in the future. Another thing would be if you have poor or low quality traffic coming to your web page. This can happen because there is a poor message to market match, meaning if I'm looking for a scooter for one of my children and I land on a page that talks about scooters, but it's the motorized scooters for the elderly, well, I'm going to bounce off of that website because the message that they have about scooters does not match the market, which is me looking for a scooter for a child. And lastly, there could be nothing wrong with your web page. It could simply be that the visitor found what they were looking for and then left. A perfect example of this would be if you were looking for an address or a phone number to a business. Once you have it, you leave, and that's perfectly fine. And this is why you don't want to have the bounce rate be a key performance indicator for how well your website or your business is doing. The only time this would matter as a KPI is if you're looking at something like a squeeze page, where the only purpose of that page is to get someone to fill out a form or take some specific action. This way you can look at that metric and find out if your bounce rate is too high, then you need to work on elements on that page to increase the conversion rate and lower the bounce rate. I will talk about squeeze pages in a future video, so make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that or other videos that I post about internet marketing. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. It will give me an opportunity to help others. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics that you want me to cover in future videos, be sure to leave them below in the comments. I thank you for taking your time to watch this, and I will see you in the next video.